This is Shockwave News Live. You can find me online at shockwavenews.net. And of course, right here on Anchor, that's anchor.fm/Shockwave News. And on Spreaker, Spreaker.com/Shockwave News. And also on Twitter, Twitter.com/Shockwave News 1. Like, share, subscribe if you like this podcast. Okay, let's get right into the news. Today's news comes from naturalnews.com. That's naturalnews.com. And on the headline dated Wednesday, July 29th, 2020, Mockery ABC calls chaotic, violent protest peaceful, intense. Okay, let's get into the article here on naturalnews.com on the headlines. As looting and rioting took place in the cities across the country during the past several weeks, networks of mainstream media went to great lengths to downplay the violence that was part of what happened. And this says here, an article released by Randy Hall, republished by newsbusters.org. One network went over the top was ABC. No, that's not. That's typical ABC, a typical leftist, Democratic-controlled news media. Like them all, they're all leftist and Democratic-controlled. So let's see what the article has to say here. One network went over the top. That was ABC News, which portrayed the protest in Oakland, California, where the courthouse was set on fire, a police station was vandalized, as peaceful. It's like, are you kidding me? Oh my gosh, I mean, are you nuts? In my experience, and I've lived in this earth over 50 years here, folks, is BLM, Antifa, all them groups here that are attached to names, they're just propaganda, and they just are a long, violent arm of the Democratic National Committee, period. Bought and paid for by George Soros and company and through his affiliates, but they're part of the Democratic National Committee. They're part of the Democrat Party, the wing of the party. Okay, according to an article posted Monday by Fox News Channel, media reporter Brian Flood, a tweet from ABC News Service called the incident a peaceful demonstration intensified. Here's a tweet. The item was linked to the Associated Press. The story stated, a protest in the streets of downtown Oakland, California, in support of radical justice and police reform turned violent when agitators, I like how they call rioters agitators, they downplay all this and they play games with the English language and Webster's dictionary here just so that they can downplay everything like it's not as bad as it is. It is that bad, folks. It is. When these people come to town, they have nothing but violence, destruction, thievery, stealing, rioting, arson, and sometimes people get killed. That's the bottom line. There's nothing good about them. Among the demonstrators to set fire to the courthouse, vandalized a police station, set fireworks at officers. Shot fireworks at officers and authority. Well, where I come from up north, before I moved down here to Central Florida, folks, if you shoot anything at a police officer up north, then he has a right to draw his weapon. Okay, you see where I'm going here with this. Once they shoot, if I'm a police officer and you throw something at me, or you shoot, more or less, you shoot something at me like a firework that is a ballistic, it has a fuse and goes, and it has different types of gunpowder in there in order to make it go and explode. If you shoot something very highly flammable at a police officer, I have a right to draw my weapon, and because you shot it, I can take you down. If my life feels threatened, I could shoot you and kill you. There ain't a damn thing you can do about it because you shot fireworks at me, or you launched this, or you launched that. And if you're shooting fireworks and they're dropping on me and I feel my life's threatened, I have a right to use my weapon as deadly force. That's the bottom line. These underling, pathetic, so-called BLM and so-called Antifa and these people that don't want to exercise their constitutional rights legally, and they have the right under the Constitution of the United States of America to protest peacefully, they don't want to do that. They don't want to organize. They don't want to protest peacefully. Instead, they think violence is the way. Well, I'm just going to tell you, if violence is the way and you come down here to Central Florida trying that shit, I'm going to tell you, you're going to get shot is probably what you're going to do. Lots and lots of people down here in Florida, not just Central Florida, but throughout the whole entire state of 22 million plus, folks, 22 million plus people down here in Florida. A good vast majority of us carry weapons and carry guns, okay? I'll just leave it at that. And if you think you're going to bring your show and your act down here, baby, you got another thing coming. Let's get back to the article. A protest in the streets of Oakland, California, support a radical justice reform, turned violent. Agitators among demonstrators set fire to a courthouse, vandalized the police station, shot fireworks at officers, authorities said. Hundreds of protesters marched while smashing windows of the police station's headquarters and setting fire inside Alameda County Courthouse. As you probably expect, the demonstration clashed. Sparked outrage on social media. The Disney-owned operation appeared to downplay the violence. One of the first responses that came from James Wood, an actor who used to play conservative activists, and who added the phrase after the Democratic mob went wild, the end of the message before stating that he had fixed it for you. Wow, so that's interesting. I don't know what to say. It's beyond words sometimes. These people that think that they can tear up civilization around them and everybody has to pay and they can walk scot-free. They're totally ludicrous and over the top. Then the article goes on to say, author and filmmaker Dinesh D'Souza joined the fray by saying, a revealing headline, the media's robotic insistence of a peaceful protest is completely undermined by the enumerated actions of the protesters, which the vandalism, arson, and assaulting police officers. One of the images, mostly peaceful but intense, protest had resulted in violence and damage to the ABC building. The network's response would have been different. Well, there you go, folks. That tops off the article. Again, it's do what I say, not what I do. That's these liberal, democratic idiots that are in government right now, idiots being mayors and idiots being governors and stuff running these democratically ran states. That's why people from the north, New York and all these Massachusetts and all these democratically ran states are coming down to the south. And I'm not saying Florida's perfect. Florida's not perfect. Florida, it sometimes can be quite fucked up. But one thing we understand down here is we understand and respect law enforcement. One thing we understand and respect is if you fuck up down here in Florida, you're going to pay the price. There isn't going to be some George Soros that's going to bail you out of jail. There isn't going to be some rich millionaire person. If you fuck up and you harm somebody or you hurt somebody or you kill somebody, you're going to do the time. You do the crime, you're going to do the time. And people have to understand that these people committing arson, violent acts of theft, arson, robbery, and like I said, vandalism, extreme vandalism, throwing rocks, bricks at buildings, breaking out windows. You people will pay in the end. I guarantee you, mark my words, you people one day will pay. That's all I got to say. This is Shockwave News. Like, share, subscribe. God bless, and I am out of here. See ya.